Give you about dining plan tips and hacks. So if you are not sold on the dining plan just yet, look at a previous video that I have, and I'll link it below, of why the dining plan might be a good idea for your family. And if you are on the dining plan, I want to make sure you know how to use it and how to ensure that you get the most bang for your buck on it. There are a few other tricks I have up my sleeve, but I'm going to send those individually to my clients that have booked with me. If you have questions about the dining plan, please don't hesitate to make a comment below, and I'd love to answer them. But I want to make sure that if you're one of my clients, that you get a few extra little bonuses that maybe not everybody might know. So there are two types of people that I see at Walt Disney World when they're on the dining plan, and it's the people that have used it before and know how to use it well, and there are people that have no idea and they wind up wasting money, and the dining plan winds up not saving them money in the long run. So let me make sure that you're one of the people that it saves money and that you know that you got the best deal. So the first thing is just a recap of the dining plan of what it is. So everyone on the dining plan that is paying for the dining plan. Now, if you're under 3 and you have a really, really big eater, that's a 2-year-old, you can actually buy them the dining plan, but you don't have to. And so they would probably, I'm assuming, not be on the dining plan, so they will not be included in any of these numbers. They'll just be eating along with you. So number one, everyone on the dining plan receives 2 snacks per person per night of your stay. Okay? The next, depending on what, everyone, no matter what dining plan you're on, is going to get a mug that is refillable only at your resort. Actually, you can refill them at any resort. Okay? So only at the resorts. You cannot refill them in the park. You can bring them. I always bring, a coffee on the way, or fill it with ice and put water in it later. But this will not be refillable at the park. Okay, so don't bring all of your mugs with you, because if you have a family of 6 and you're carting around 6 extra mugs you don't need. But bring one with you, or put your kids' drink in there, whatever. So those 2 things, no matter what dining plan you're on, you get. The next thing, if you are on the quick service, remember, is grab and go. You order at a counter and you take it back to your seat. So you get 2 quick service meals per person per night of your stay. The next one is the Disney dining plan. That's my favorite and my recommendation usually. You get 1 quick service and 1 sit-down meal per person per night. The last one, you get 3 meals. It's the only one you get 3 on. It's the deluxe dining plan, and you get either quick service or sit-down. It doesn't matter. So obviously, to get the most out of your dining plan, you want to get the sit-down. But time restraints, it takes about an hour to do a sit-down meal. So I would suggest, maybe, unless you're going with older kids who can stay up later, and you don't need to get every bit bang for your buck of the daytime hours, maybe that's an option for you. So the first thing I want to go over are snacks. What are they? What should I use them on? So for a snack credit, think something in the $5 range. There is a little symbol. It's purple and white. And it is going to be next, it's checked boxes, and it's going to be next to anything that qualifies as a snack credit. This will be on any ordering board that you're ordering things from. It'll be in the cooler where the drinks are, the snacks are, if you're at a restaurant that has a cooler. But you'll always be able to tell if something is a snack, and always ask a cast member if you're not sure. But think something in that $5 range, 5 and under usually. But there are some things that will surprise you. There's a waffle falafel, or I don't eat these things. A really sugary, like doughy thing with all the powdered sugar on top. They have one of those in Hollywood Studios that's like $8. There are things that cost like $6. Any Starbucks drink, any size, whatever you want, a venti, triple, da-da-da-da-da, is going to be a snack credit. But there are also some things that are really bad uses of a snack credit. A bottle of water, that's $3.50. A 3-pack of Cutie oranges, that's like $2 something. A banana. Maybe a soda pop, something, a bag of chips. Oh gosh, when I see people with chips, it makes me cringe. So you have to remember that you've paid for these snacks. Now granted, the hope is that we're saving money on the dining plan, because we're doing sit-down restaurants that would cost very close to the amount of money you're spending anyway. But when you are just throwing away your snack credits on things that would cost just a couple dollars, you're not getting the most value. So my rule of thumb, if it's $3-ish or less, pay for it out of pocket, okay? So last time, I remember our last day in Epcot last trip, I forgot my bottle of water that I had for the kids. I needed to get water, obviously. I have 2 little ones. So I paid the $3.50 out of pocket. I wasn't going to use a snack credit. If you want to get a banana, you pay for it out of pocket, okay? So that's your rule of thumb. If it's under $3, definitely pay for it with cash, or credit card, or your Magic Band, whatever. The next thing is that you're going to have credits left over, and that's okay. Every trip I go on, I have like 4 or 5 credits left over. And that's just because we're not huge snackers, I guess. So I always use it for a Starbucks. use it for an ice cream or something, but I usually have a few left over. So instead of throwing them away, well, A, forgetting about them, don't forget that you have extra snack credits. B, just using them on just junk to grab. So a lot of people will send their kids into Goofy's Candy Shop or any of the gift shops that sell candy, and they'll buy candy. So they'll buy a lollipop, like the same kind that you could get at the Dollar Tree. Literally, it looks the exact same, the multicolored big round one. They'll get one of those for a few dollars, or a tall, like twisted one for a few dollars. Or they'll get a Rice Krispie treat that's the shape of Mickey that's probably going to go stale in a few days. Or if you're like my in-laws, they brought that stuff home, and then they brought home little bags of mini pretzels, like airplane-style pretzels. They used a $5 snack credit on a little thing of pretzels. I was just floored. So don't do that. What I like to get are the bags of trail mix at any of the gift shops. You can find trail mix. There's a few different kinds, and they're about $5.75, I think, a piece to get. So it's a great use of a snack credit that's $5 or up, and you'll use them. I mean, I buy stuff like that all the time just to keep in my car and my diaper bag, just so I have it on snacks, for snacks on hand. So just get some fun Mickey ones that you can bring home. So use that if you have extras. So last time I went, I had 4 extras, so I brought home 4 bags of trail mix, and we ate them on the plane on the way home, or one of them. So it'll be handy. It's something that you'll use, and you won't feel like you're wasting it, okay? So if you have extra dining credits at the end, make sure you see that. So with the credits in general, snack credits and dining credits are pooled together. So it does not matter who's in your party. So in my family structure, where I have a kid and 2 adults, and then I have an infant who I don't pay for, in our structure, there's 3 of us. So let's just say we were going for one night to make it easy. Each of us gets 2 snacks. So that's a total of 6 snacks that we have for our family. It's not Lily's snacks, my husband's snacks. It's 6 total. So I could use all 6 of them and then none. We could each use 2, 1. It doesn't matter, okay? So that is not separated by kids' meals or anything like that. So they're all pooled together. Quick service, also all pooled together. Differentiation doesn't seem to be any as far as kids or adults. It's just one lump sum of how many quick service you have. And then lastly, the adult table service and kids are definitely separated. It shows that. So if you ask for a printout at the front desk, there'll be adult table service, kid table service, quick service, and snacks. And it'll show you how many you have of each. I'm going to pause this and restart it because my computer's going to die. So one sec. Okay, I'm back. So the other thing to think about is that you remember you will have access on your phone on your My Disney Experience app. You will see that there is a count that you can see, so you can see how many you always have left in your kitty of meal plan credits. So make sure you don't lose those. As far as wasting them at the end and checking out what you left over, make sure you check it out on the day. As far as when they're good until midnight the day of your checkout, so you have a late flight, no worries, you have all day to use the rest of your credits. Okay, so the next is the mug. This is the mistake that I see most people making when they're on the Disney dining plan. So don't be person A that has not watched this video, that has no idea how to make sure that they get the most bang for their buck with their meal plan. Be person B, who has seen this and who has remembered this little trick. So when you are at your hotel and you go down to a quick service location and eat breakfast, lunch, whatever. So let's just pretend you arrived at your Walt Disney World Resort at 10 a.m. and you were ready to go to the parks, but beforehand you checked in, you got your stuff to your room if it was ready, and you needed to feed your kids. So you go down to your quick service location. It's still breakfast hour, so mom gets an all-American breakfast and a coffee. So first thing, your mug, you will get it the first time that you get your first quick service meal. So at 10 o'clock when you walk in, each of you will pick out a mug. There's only like 4 colors, so if you have kids and you know they're all girls and they're all going to want the hot pink lid, well then bring a Sharpie with you, or maybe like a little rubber band or some kind of ribbon or something to keep them separate, so you know, so you don't have like coffee mixed with like the soda taste. It wouldn't be very good. So the first time you go, you'll each pick out your mug. You don't have to pay for them. They're already included. And then on your account, it'll show that you have, so in my family, I will receiving 3 mugs, and it'll show that 3 mugs have been redeemed. So I'm going to get my all-American breakfast, and I want, say I wanted a soda, okay? So your meal comes with an entree and a drink. Entree and a drink. So what most people do is get their entree and they fill this up. So I want a Diet Coke. Well, I'm going to go to the Diet Coke machine and fill this up. Well, what I forgot about is that my meal that I've already paid for comes with a drink, not this drink. This is included. This you get, you can refill as many times as you want while you're at Walt Disney World at a resort. Okay, you can fill it up at yours, you can fill it up at other resorts if you're there for some reason, okay? But you can't fill it up in the park. So instead of getting my breakfast and filling this up, I'm going to grab a drink for later. So you have a couple options here. Little kids, babies and stuff, if you need to get milk for them, that is not included in the mug. So you won't be able to overfill this with milk, but you could get a milk to take back and use it for later. So instead of paying out of pocket or using a snack credit for a milk, I could get a milk with my quick service meal as my drink, even though I'm not drinking it because I'm drinking something out of this. Or you could get a bottle of water to take back with you to take to the park or have in your room for when you get back from the park. Or what I like to do to get the most bang for my buck, since alcohol is included in the dining plan, okay? So beer and wine, sometimes mixed drinks if your location has them, but mainly beer and wine. What I do is grab a Bud Light out of the cooler. It's unopened. It's in an aluminum can or bottle. It's sealed. I pay for my meal, so I have my All-American breakfast, my Bud Light, and then I have my cup. Well, I look like an alcoholic, and that's okay because I know I'm not. But what I do with that beer is I stick it in my bag, and then when we go to my room, I put it in the fridge. And then when we come back after a long day, Justin and I have both done the same thing. So we have 2 ice cold beers waiting for us in our fridge that we can drink after we get the kids to bed. Now, does it sound crazy? Yes. But did I already pay for it? Yes. Is that a good use of a drink with my dining plan? Yes, because it's a $7.50 value. And should Justin and I have wanted a beer anyway, Justin, while I was doing bath time, would have walked down to the quick service location, grabbed 2 beers out of the cooler, paid his $15, and walked back to the room. I just saved us $15 by utilizing my dining plan appropriately, and I still got what I wanted at the end of the day, which was just to relax with my feet up and hopefully have 2 sleeping children. So if you're not a beer person, that's fine. Don't get a beer. But if you are, or your husband is, or whatever, then you can use that so you don't have to buy them later. Like I said, you can also get milk. You could get a bottled orange juice. You could get something that's bottled that you could use later. You could take it to the park. You can't bring alcohol into the park, so don't try. That would be a big no-no. But you could absolutely bring in a soda or a bottle of water or an orange juice or your milk for your little one, whatever. Just obviously be mindful of how you're going to keep it cold. So that's the biggest thing to make sure that you're getting the use out of your dining plan. And I know that doesn't sound like a huge deal, but if you think about a family of 3, in my case, and each time not getting a drink, let's just say it was a bottle of water right there. What? $3, $9, $10, $50 I've just wasted and thrown out the window because I didn't just get 3 bottles of water that I could have gotten with my dining plan. Use these when you drink at your resort, and then get a bottled beverage to take that with you. Okay? So that's rule number 1. Okay, number 2, the milk is not included, so you're going to check your resort gift shop in the coolers. And I haven't bought milk at Disney because I was nursing the past 2 times that we've gone. But this next trip, I'm going to pretty much assume that there's a bigger option for milk in the gift shop that's cheaper than the one at my quick service location, like a little milk chug or something. So compare your sizes and values. I know, for example, they have Dasani waters in the resort gift shop. There's a big one that seems like it's a better deal, but if you do the ounces for the small 8-pack of Dasani bottles, it's actually cheaper to get the small one. So there's another little tip to save you a few dollars. So double check your milk. And in your room, you have a little refrigerator, so there's plenty to put milk in it. But if you're a milk drinker, check that. Okay, the next thing is pizza. At the end of a long day, especially if you have multiple kids and they all have different opinions about what they should want to eat, and you have to go through 5 different lines at your quick service location to get Bobby his cheese sticks and Sally her mac and cheese and Jessica her, pasta, whatever it is, it's a lot of time. And you're tired. And trust me, you're tired at the end of the day. So you can order a pizza, a full pizza, and your family can just eat pizza for the night. Great use of some time. But it's an awful use of your dining plan credits. So when you get a pizza, they take 2 sit-down dining credits from you. Now it's worth it because financially, it's what, a $20, $30 pizza, so they take 2 credits from you. But it's not financially a good use of your dining plan credit. So pay for the pizza out of pocket if you're going to be buying a pizza for your family, and then there's your breakfast or something that you can get later that you haven't gotten before. Okay, the next one is signature dining. So some of the restaurants that you might want to go to, especially if you're with adults or older kids and not going towards the character meals, is that you might want a signature dining, which is the nicer dining options at Walt Disney World. So there's some really, really good chefs that have influenced the dining at Walt Disney World. There's some great things in Disney Springs by Iron Chefs, etc. But the price is higher in value. So they charge 2 dining credits to eat at these restaurants. If that's the case, be mindful of how much you are paying out of pocket if you bought the same meal. So if you were getting a steak and a side and a glass of wine, how much would that cost if you paid for it out of pocket versus how much is your dining plan covering, okay? The reason I'm saying that is obviously you're going to have to make up, and if you're using 2 dining credits, you're going to be paying out of pocket for another meal or 2 to make up for that. So if it's cheaper for you to pay out of pocket for your signature dining and not use 2 meal plans, credits, or if it's cheaper to use your dining plan and just pay out of pocket for a couple extra meals or drop a sit-down meal and just go quick service, ask yourself and analyze those prices. You can find the menus and you can find the pricing online. If you look for it, I can absolutely help you find it. But make sure you look at that, or you can do it on the spot in the restaurant. But make sure you evaluate if it's worth using 2 dining credits, because a lot of times it's not. Okay. The last thing, I had something else. That might be it for now. Keep track of how many credits you have. It'll be on your phone, on your My Disney Experience. Don't be afraid to split meals. Oh, that's the other thing, splitting meals, sorry. Okay, I don't eat that much. Lily doesn't eat that much. So a lot of times I'll have Justin get a meal, I'll get a meal, and Lily and I will share it, which means we've saved a dining plan credit to use later. So this allows you to get maybe breakfast the next day when you wouldn't have gotten breakfast, and share it. So a lot of times maybe I'll go down and buy 1 breakfast, and I'll buy 2 or 3 snacks, maybe some out of pocket, maybe some with my dining plan credits for snacks, and I'll merge it all together, and then we have enough food for us to eat. We're not huge breakfast people, so we can do that, and I know a lot of other people aren't, but just know that a lot of the portions are really big, so it's okay if you're sharing some things instead of constantly getting everyone their own meal, feeling like, oh, I paid for everyone to have their own meal. Yeah, but you're also only paying for 2 meals a day and 2 snacks, and usually people eat 3 meals a day. So think about how you can kind of merge some of those so you can share some meals later on. So I hope that helps. I hope that answers some questions. Drop other questions below if you have them. Reach out to me if you are interested in planning a trip or you know someone who is. I would love to help them. And I hope you have a magical day.